Greetings everybody, welcome to the Bridge for Chelsea Re-Seen. Would you like to re-see City versus Chelsea? Nor would we. How would Jason Cundy sum it up?
Jason Cundy would probably sum it up a little bit like this, Ben.
That just about does it, but for a little bit more reaction, here's what the captain on the day, Dave, had to say.
We are now 5 points away from the Champions League. It's going to be difficult, but now we have 9 games ahead. Obviously, we are very disappointed this afternoon, but our head has to be focused in the target. We have a massive game on Saturday against Crystal Palace at home, and hopefully we can kick on again and try to get the points that we need.
We're not going to dwell on it because it was the most forgettable football match of all time on their part as well as ours. The only thing I would say, Jason, is an incredibly tough run at the moment. 2 Barcelonas, 2 Manchesters away, and actually there's Leicester away in the Cup and Tottenham the other side of the international break, so it is a tough stretch, but it will get nicer.
Yeah, those games, in particular Bournemouth and Watford, they're looking really bad now. I mean, they were bad at the time, performances and results, but, you know, this is where we've got to dig deep, and we've done it in the past. 2012, everyone remembers that very similar situation we're in. Out the top 4, we've got a quarter-final of the FA Cup to look forward to. We're still in the Champions League, but the second leg is going to be tough. It does remind me very much of that.
Indeed it does. Let's lighten the mood a bit, shall we, and go and see David Luiz and see what he's been up to. Well, this week he's been out meeting a young fan and his dad, informing them that they're going to be taking the penalties here at the Bridge, half-time in the Palace game.
Hello guys, I'm here today to surprise a lucky winner from the Bridge Kids competition. There's mascots, they are already there. He's enjoying this moment. Let's surprise him.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi. Hey, how are you? Willian, how are you? My hug? A big hug? I have a big surprise for you. In the next game, I'm gonna invite you to come to the Stamford Bridge and take a penalty there and try to score. Yeah!
I was quite surprised when he walked in. This is one of the best days of my life. Thank you, Chelsea.
Sure.
Good work, David, and we'll see how they get on from 12 yards out when the pressure's on at the Bridge. Now, let's go to Cobham, and not the first team, but the quadruple chasing under-18s, because there's the southern section to wrap up, hopefully then beat the best of the north in the one-off final. The Youth Cup run is still going, and there is a Premier League Cup final against Tottenham coming up later in the month of March. This is them in training.
Make what you want, take what you want, ayy. Take what you want, say what you want to say. Just another day to decide if this the game you want to play, Make what you want, take what you want to, ayy. Take what you want, say what you want to say. Just another day to decide if this the game you want to play, Yeah, magnificent rap, different day. Act timid while black, living and say. Keep up with a style they never had. Don't mean to brag, I bring it back with pen and pad. All aboard who's ready to ride with him. Whole sea of greatness, ready to dive in it. Arrive in it, his time to arrive, only time will tell how we'll get it. Sky's the limit, time flies 100 miles a minute. No looking back, this how you build. You a brick we couldn't stack to decide if this the game you wanna play.
Jody Morris has definitely still got it. We know this because we see it in plentiful supply, but he's got it there, Jason. And also,
Yes,
though, watching
nice.
on Billy Gilmore's goal, look how excited he is. It's brilliant,
He
this.
loves it because he knows how difficult it is and he knows the keeper's been done. He loves it.
Fantastic. Well, Jody's team have had a couple of games since we were last with you. This was the midweek outing against Leicester. 2-0 winners they were. Tariq Lamptey, who's having a great season.
I mean, that's afterburners. Don't dive in.
And he wins so many penalties, I've lost count. Martel Taylor-Crossdale stuck it away.
Nice. This is sharp. This
Yeah.
is really bright, really inventive. Everyone's alive except for those Leicester players standing around wondering who's picked who up there. So really sharp, really bright.
No one picked up Charlie Brown 2-0 then. Well done them. So, that brings us to Game of Loans. And there isn't one this week because no one did anything because most of the games were called off because a lot of the around Europe and lower leagues there wasn't enough football. So there's no chance for you to say
Game of Loans.
Let you do it anyway. Right, Barcelona. We'll do Palace in a minute, but let's do Barcelona now.
Look, a lot of people felt that we would be out the tie by the time we went back there. Not a bit of it. We were desperately unlucky. I felt the tactics worked perfectly well. Lots has been said about having the false number 9 up top, but it worked. Once Willian gets that goal, there wasn't too many people saying it wasn't working.
So will he do it again?
He might, because it works so well here. But I think personally we need a target man. Listen, we know we've got to score. We haven't got to score in the first half. We haven't even got to score in the first hour. Just don't give them anything, because all the time it's 0-0, they may grow a bit nervous, and we're still in it.
Indeed, got to get a goal at some point, but remember what happened last time. Should we have another look, just because we can? 2-2, and talk about against the odds.
Yeah,
this was 2-0 down and 10 men, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
And then one away goal changes the picture completely.
It changed everything, you know, that was...
I don't know if you remember this, folks. It was Frank Lampard to Ramirez. In case it's a bit cloudy, we'll talk you through it. But then just the bombardment of it. But, you know, and 6 at the back.
Yeah.
And
then, hold on. What's he doing there? We'll never ever forget this journey.
And we take 2-2 again.
2-2's enough, Ben. 2-2's enough, absolutely. You know, we need to score. We might have to score 2 to go through, you know. We know what Barcelona have got under the bonnet. We know how good they are. But I don't think they're the side that they were in the past. And people probably say neither are we. But I'm looking at the English sides around Europe. You know, over this season, I think we have shown that we have really moved forward. So listen, let's hope we can get through there, because it's season defining, isn't it? Let's be honest, season defining.
It is, and we will have a very special Match Night Live for you with a special guest. We brought you one forward who'd played for both clubs in our first leg show, Idago Johnson. There's another coming.
Mark came into Chelsea and everybody was in awe of him.
Mark was really important to me because I made my game easy.
Marcus puts the icing on the cake. Oh, it's in! It's a brilliant finish!
LeBeuf, what a great ball that is. And it's bounced for Mark Hughes!
He was amazing. It was simply amazing.
Sparky in the house. Awesome. Right, trivia. And it does involve Sparky, but first, none of you got last week's right.
In your face, we win.
Yeah. We asked you, what was the significance of a particular Manchester City versus Chelsea game? It was a first. And what was it that was so special and so unusual in the mid-80s? The answer was it was the first live league game that Chelsea ever played on television. Pat Neville played in it a whole generation ago. None of you got it. This week, we'll try and make it a bit easier.
OK, so Mark Hughes is coming in for Match Night Live for Jody Morris. So the question is...
Substitution.
Name the game where Mark Hughes came off the bench to spectacular fashion when he replaced Jody Morris and something really special happened. What game was that and what happened?
OK, see if we can do better this week. We will finish talking about Palace. So they were 2-0 up against Man U. Even with all their injuries, they've got a bit of something. Also, they then caved in. They're in the middle of a horrible run of games. Spurs and Liverpool and Chelsea and Man United. Are you worried because it's before Barcelona? Are you worried anyway?
I'm worried because we're not in particularly great form ourselves. Bournemouth and Watford tells me we should worry. The first game at Selhurst Park says we should worry. Listen, they played well against Man United, and for the first hour, deserved to be in the lead. They got 2-0 up. They're going to concede goals. They're conceding a lot of goals very late on at the moment. One against Palace, one against Spurs, one against Manchester United. So I think that we need to look at that. Their team their squad has been totally and utterly decimated by injuries. So this is a game that we really have to win and go into that Barcelona game full of confidence, Ben. But I don't expect it to be easy.
Last time they came here, they won. They came here and won from behind as well, you might remember. Benteke, after Fabregas had got one early. They won it the year before that as well. The year before that was when Eden Hazard nodded in the penalty rebound to confirm the title. A long time ago, though. This happened when Chelsea went to Palace. We're showing it because this week, Didier Drogba, the great Drog, turns 40. This, his very first Chelsea goal. Palace away. in August
Brilliant
2004.
header, isn't it?
Baba's cross, what a header, eh?
Brilliant header.
He could score goals, that bloke.
Indeed, indeed.
Always the man for the big occasion. Could probably do with him this week in the new camp, to be honest. Happy birthday, Didier. Just before we leave you, this is this week's bet. From our betting partners, William Hill. Good luck if you do a little bit of that. Good luck to the boys against Palace and against Barcelona. We will leave you with the birthday boy. Many happy returns to the one and only Didier Drogba. Bye for now.
Side wonder. You're gonna feel alright. Party over here, no, we won't stop. The party all too hot. Moving to the but you gotta feel the spot. You're gonna feel alright. Party turn it up, we're gonna feel the spot. Everywhere we go, you know that we won't stop. Moving to the but you gotta do one side of Drogba. The Drogba, the Drogba, the Drogba, do the Drogba. The Drogba, the Drogba, the Drogba. Everybody Drogba. The Drogba, the Drogba, the Drogba, do the Drogba. You're gonna feel alright. Party over here, no, we won't stop. The party all too hot. Moving to the but you gotta feel the spot. You're gonna feel alright. Party turn it up, we're gonna feel the spot. Everywhere we go, you know that we won't stop. Moving to the but you gotta do one side of Drogba. The Drogba, the Drogba.